Hello there.
I warned you not to underestimate my power.
I will do what I must.
You will try.
Welcome back to the Chai Guys. Just two guys sharing our thoughts, excitement,
And feels over some chai. Or any cafe beverage, really.
So we just witnessed. Oh my! We can't even fathom what we just witnessed. We were screaming. If you haven't seen our reaction, please check it out. You can
Yeah.
see us shitting our pants. You know
It's
what we're
above
talking
Jerry. It's above Jerry right there. And yeah, you can see us simultaneously shitting and nutting at all at the same time.
Yeah.
All at the same time.
Oh,
I think I
God.
cried a little too. Yeah, I think he's scared and sad.
Yeah, it was just a roller coaster of emotions this episode. They really ended it with a bang.
Holy shit!
Holy shit.
That's what I have to say.
Yeah, we dropped a big caca when all that shit happened.
And you know what we mean, but we'll cover it more, but you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, as always in a review, we'll just go through all like the big things that happened in the episode. We'll talk more in depth about it, but some highlights. We have like Bo-Katan and Mando. Oh god, I'm like all over the place. I'm sorry. Peter.
Yeah, we're gonna go through all the juicy meat, the Jossie Goss, the juicy goose that happened. This was a thick episode with 3 C's and a Q thick.
Yeah, it was. We had high expectations, and they blew the roof with this episode.
Yeah, my socks, they're gone. They disintegrated. I would show you them, but they literally melted off.
Oh man. All right, let's start out with what happened first. So we have a great intro as usual.
Yeah, as always.
Yeah, they went right into it. It was a slave one with Kara, Fennec, Mando, and Boba just chasing down the Imperial shuttle with the Doctor.
Yeah, and honestly, like, it was literally right into it. Like, it was like the episode started and there was already blasters firing, and that was a sick way. I just think, like, going all the way back to Revenge of the Sith, like, anytime you start off anything with a space battle, it's great.
Yeah,
Like, it's just phenomenal. This is where the fun begins.
mm-hmm. Nice touch. I really like that ion cannon. How they froze a ship and got all the comms off. What was weird is like the pilots weren't wearing like the Imperial pilot helmet.
The helmets, yeah.
What the fuck are they wearing? They're wearing like earmuffs.
They look like they were wearing like what professional football players wore in like the 1940s, like those weird leather helmets. That's what they look like they were wearing.
Yeah, and talk about for the Empire. That right pilot, he had no regard.
He straight up murdered his co-pilot, like, or the pilot. I think he was the co-pilot. He just straight up murdered him. The pilot was like, "Oh well, listen, like we don't necessarily work," and then he died like before he finished the sentence.
And he had the audacity to talk shit about Alderaan against Cara Dune, who you do not want to mess with. Talk about
Absolutely, wow. Yeah, and he like kept going too. Like he like said like one thing, you're like, all right, like he's trying to be tough, but then he just kept piling on. And then Cara Dune, I'm pretty sure, was like, you better stop talking. And then he just kept going. And, like, yeah, guess what happens when you do that? You get shot in the freaking face. That's what happens between the eyes.
They were giving each other some lip, dude. Like, Cara Dune's like, which Death Star were you on? Oh, yeah. Shit. I was like,
oh, got him.
Boom. Roasted.
But straight after that, we have them landing onto the planet where Bo-Katan and Casca Reeves are.
Yeah, that was... we both didn't know what planet they were landing on, I think. And then right when they walked in and saw those two, you saw it first. I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my God, like it's happening. They're getting the band back together.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Well,
yeah, and Peter pointed out that they didn't have... There's only two of them, Bo-Katan and Casca Reeves. The other buff guy, he wasn't there.
Yeah, he just... took a sick day. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they should explore that. Like where did he go? Did he die? Like
no explanation.
That's just interesting that they didn't they didn't give us any like reasoning for it or mention it at all. So that's
Yeah.
interesting.
I mean, if they had him, their whole mission would be way more. Like they already have their group that they have accumulated is just unreal.
They were literally the Avengers, basically. They literally had Boba, Mando, Bo-Katan, Casca Reeves, Fennec. Yeah, nasty. Like, how do you compete with that?
Yeah.
Also, though, we were surprised though when they got in there that we thought like I don't know in my head I thought like oh like you're gonna see like Boba and be like hype because he's like a Mandalorian, like the most famous person to wear the Mandalorian armor. But then like they were not. They were quite literally the opposite of hyped, and they were like pissed to see him. They're like, "You're not a real Mandalorian," and then they just started shitting on each other.
Yeah, like Bo-Katan was like, "I've heard your voice before many times. You're just a clone."
Yeah. I was like, "Damn."
Yeah, and then he was
like,
"Watch your mouth."
"This is my father's armor." Yeah, he was like, "This is my father's armor," and she was like, "Don't you mean your donor?" And I was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
Like that is firing shots.
Damn. Yeah. I need to rewatch some of the Clone Wars because do they interact at all, Bo-Katan and Boba in the Clone
Django,
Wars?
you mean?
No, Boba.
Oh, Boba.
Because Boba was a kid in Clone Wars. I wonder if they interacted because there was some young Boba episodes.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
Yeah.
But because I feel like she would have said something like about it. But she definitely interacted with a whole hell of a lot of clone troopers. So
yeah. Thing is, dude, it's crazy how young she looks, and Boba's younger.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, exactly. I feel like it works in like the way that like Boba's seen some shit. Like Boba's survived the Sarlacc, but yeah. I gotta say the shot of the 4 Mandalorians like chilling like in a bar, even though like they were like butting heads, was just sick. Like I just never thought that we would see like 4 Mandalorians all with each other, especially 4 like of those other than Casca Reeves, like 3 of the most famous Mandalorians nowadays, because Mando just standing with each other interacting. Like that is just crazy.
Speaking of butting heads, like Casca and Boba were just at it. They were like Bo-Katan and Mando were just sitting back watching it as they like fought, and it was cool seeing Sasha Banks just like grab Mando and use her jetpack to like flip him over. That was unreal.
Yeah, dude, she for sure used her WWE background to literally just like go into like some sort of weird like roll flip. That was sick. They and like using her jetpack was crazy. There's the way they were fighting was nuts. I loved it.
Dude, they were so skilled. Like at first it was Boba like grappling her, and you thought she was in trouble, but no, she got out of it, grappled him, jetpack, and we freaked out when they both used their flamethrowers.
Yeah, dude, they cancel each other out. Like, what on earth was that? That was sick.
What is this? Like, oh my.
Also, like that shows like they were fully like they were fighting to kill. Like they're shooting a flamethrower is not something you disarm someone with. Like that is fully a flamethrower.
It's just I said this earlier in the episode. Oh, in the reaction, I said that it's really cool seeing different Mandalorians with different backgrounds and like different perspectives. It's really like a conflict of interest, really.
Yeah, because like we know Boba's background, and his is like completely different because Django was his dad and he grew up a clone and everything. And then Mando's background, he's a foundling, so he's more like Django and like his whole thing. And then like probably the purest Mandalorian there, like Bo-Katan, like she has a completely, we've seen it in the Clone Wars, a completely different perspective, and like, and then we have Casca Reeves, who like we have no idea what her background is.
I really like how this is opening up so many layers to like the Mandalorians in canon.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna definitely explore it in season 3, and that's gonna. I really like that. That's sick. Going off of that, after they butt heads and they like made up, and like they all realized they kind of had a common enemy. Like Bo-Katan wanted the Darksaber and to kill Moff Gideon, and then obviously Mando wants the child, and Boba's helping him with that. But like seeing the whole squad like planning in Slave One was sick. Like them like coming together.
Yeah, sick. It was like a mini Avengers.
It literally was like a mini Avengers. Like they were in the Quinjet.
That scene on the bridge with them overlooking the ray shield into space, and how there's a bunch of stormtroopers, and then it was just Kara and Fennec, and how like the stormtroopers thought they got them, but no, Bo-Katan and Casca Reeves just jetpacked from like the bottom, and they're just like pew pew pew.
The second I saw them jump off, I was like, oh, they're gonna come back in like and like flank them, and that's insane. The one thing that we didn't like though, that we really need an explanation for, is why were their blasters red? Like we were both really confused about that.
Their continuity from the Clone Wars to episode 3, season 2, episode 3 with the yellow blasters. We love that. Like we love
Yeah.
continuity. Like as you
We're
should know,
sluts for continuity.
we are sluts for continuity.
Very weird. I feel like I don't know. It seems like too big of a mistake for them to make in the finale. I feel like something. I don't know. They lost their blasters or something. I don't know. That was interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean their blasters look the same. We might have to look into that more. But that was a really good catch by Peter. We have our
Thank you. Thank
eyes
you.
glued to the screen the whole time. Yeah, he's the clone engineer, which is crazy. That could have gone like a couple ways, because at first I was like, oh wait, like was he like part of like, was he under Palpatine when the Camino cloning things? I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
this is probably like what Peter mentioned, like trying to clone back Palpatine, make him come back.
Yeah, and Jerry said this right before we started recording, but I think we think that they're trying to like make the sequels look better and like trying to do more plan, because like the Palpatine clone thing in episode 9 seemed like very last minute out of nowhere, and they didn't really explain it. But like through the Mandalorian, something that happens 30 years before that or something,
Mhm.
like they kind of like they're sowing the seeds for it, which is cool, because that's what I mean when I hear like clone engineer and like the Empire. I feel like that's the first thing I assume.
Yeah, I think if this is true, this is basically Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau cleaning up the shit that J.J. Abrams, who else? Who the fuck else?
Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson did to all
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I definitely think that's what they're doing, because they know, like there's no way they don't know, obviously, that like Rise of Skywalker and the whole trilogy, honestly, other than Force Awakens, was super divisive with the fans, and like it was really love or hate. So they're definitely trying to like do damage control right now.
The Mandalorian is doing great fucking things. They're bringing the fans together, and
Yeah,
they're
like
making
we
fans like us take a huge shit from excitement.
Yeah, exactly. And then also like, but not it's not just like blind fan service. Like
Mm-mm.
we're like taking a giant shit from excitement, but it's stuff that fits in the episode and like fits into the canon like perfectly well.
It's the storytelling of like the original trilogy, and like the fan service from like the Rise of Skywalker. It's like mash, dude.
And like the world building of the prequels. Like
Yes.
all put into one, which is sick. Like
It's
they're
crazy.
taking the best things from each trilogy and they're calling back to each trilogy, because I said this before, but I think my least favorite part of the sequel trilogy is that they basically ignored the prequels for the
Yeah.
most part. And like Mando does not do that at all. They had like the pod racer in episode 1. Like they constantly call back to the prequels, and I love that to every trilogy.
hmm I'm also very surprised how smoothly the plan went. Like, they were just crushing all the stormtroopers. I just want to say this. I'll say it again over and over. The stormtroopers are ass, like huge ass.
They are booty hole. Like I will never understand what the purpose of their armor is, because it's one shot to the chest and they're dead. So like, what does it really
Yeah.
do?
It was brutal. Mando like choked one out with the spear, stabbed one with the spear, and they were just getting blasted by the whole team. It was fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
I
And
do agree with Jerry though. Like it went way smoother than even in the middle of the plan. Jerry and I were both like, something's gonna go wrong here, and
yeah,
nothing really went wrong
no,
with
there
the
was
plan.
like the Dark Trooper almost like one got out of the cage and Mando deactivated it, so the rest of them were still trapped. And then he hit the
Airlock.
the airlock, and they all blasted out. And Mando had to fight one, which is that dude. I thought he was gonna break the helmet. Him punching the helmet over and over again.
Dude, that was crazy, and that just shows you how durable pure Beskar is, because he was literally just like a super cybernetically strong robot, was literally like hitting haymakers on the helmet, like directly in the front of the helmet, and it didn't even dent it.
Yeah. It was sick how Mando like did like a quick like turn and just like stabbed him in the neck and just ripped it off. That was really cool.
I agree. I also thought it was really cool showing how dangerous the Dark Troopers were, by like the fact that Mando had to literally use almost everything in his arsenal. Like he used the whistling birds, he used the
Flamethrower.
flamethrower, he used just a blaster in general. He used like basically everything, and until he used the spear like in a perfectly placed spot to take it out.
Yeah, like we thought Mando was dangerous, but these Dark Troopers really had the edge over him. It's crazy.
Yeah, they were super powerful, which makes something that happens later in the episode even crazier. But we'll get to that.
Yeah. It was also surprising how quickly Mando got to Moff Gideon. Like the door opened and he was with Baby Yoda. I'm
Like
just
right
yo,
there, yeah,
like
yeah.
come
Because
on.
I think and that also I feel like speaks to like Moff Gideon. Like they all assumed in the plan that Moff Gideon was going to be on the bridge,
Yeah.
and Moff Gideon like is just such a smart villain that he was seeing what they were doing, and I'm sure like he was watching from like a camera, and then just from seeing what they were doing, like figured out their plan, and instead of being on the bridge where he could be captured and leaving the child alone, he went to the child and held the child hostage.
Yeah.
And then he tried to trick Mando. That was a crazy scene.
Yeah. He was like, all I wanted was his blood. I was like, oh, I kind of see. Like, I have some empathy for you.
Yeah.
Some. Like, all you wanted is this. Like, Mando was like, I don't even care about the dark saber. You just go on. Then he just started haymaking, like fucking like Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, like fucking raging.
Yeah,
With
literally
like,
the rage. And like I think too, we both Jerry and I at the same time were like, oh no, don't turn your back on him. And the second he turned his back on him, he whipped out the dark saber and just started. Thank God, Mando's armor is made of pure Beskar. He was
yeah.
literally dead.
It's
He was
he had
literally
his reflexes, dude. Him like blocking with his wrist was cool. Very
like if
cool.
he misses and that hits him like here, it's there goes your arm, dude.
Yeah. It was cool seeing the pure Beskar spear go up against the darksaber. They had some really good shots of like a low angle of the darksaber and Moff Gideon walking towards Mando.
Yeah,
And I like how the spear like heated up. It turned like kind of
yeah,
orange.
I like that too. I really liked we I feel like everyone knew the second the spear is introduced, like it was gonna be a battle between the dark
Yeah.
saber and the spear, and like but the way that it was done was really cool because those are two people who like aren't necessarily sword fighters. Like Mando probably had some training, and I guess Moff Gideon didn't seem like he did. He seemed like he was just wailing on him, but it
Yeah.
was a really well choreographed battle. I think they did a really good job with that.
It was like it. I think with that, the thing about that sword is like I like how they didn't really go for like flashy like flipping around,
Yeah.
like twirling. It was just like Moff Gideon using a sword to its full potential and just hacking away.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could tell like Moff Gideon is like someone who like will try to get his way no matter what. Like he was going for this absolutely ending Mando. Like he had rage in him.
Yeah. Speaking of the fight, it as soon as it ended really quickly, as soon as he disarmed Moff Gideon with a spear and had it to his neck, I was thinking, wait, this is way too quick. We're only like 25 minutes in or 30 minutes
Yeah.
in. There's some shit gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. We were like, there's no way. Like that was we both thought that was gonna be like the finale, the climax of the
Climax.
episode, and like
No.
it was literally 25 minutes in, maybe even a little earlier. And we were like, okay, now they literally have everything they want. They
Yeah.
captured Moff Gideon, they have the Darksaber, and they have Grogu. So like, what is gonna happen in the next 22 minutes?
No. And what we thought was gonna be the climax. Well, no, what we thought it wasn't the climax. The second thing we thought was the climax was, um, just the tension between the Darksaber of how if you defeat somebody with a Darksaber, you are the ruler of Mandalore, and Mando defeated him, disarmed him, and fucking Bo-Katan was pissed.
Yeah, you could tell too. Like the acting is really well. Just her face, because she saw Mando came in with the Darksaber fully ignited, and like Bo-Katan's face when she saw that was like, oh, like fuck, like this didn't go as planned.
No.
But yeah, we definitely thought that was gonna be like the client. Like I thought she was gonna try to fight him maybe. But what I was
Yeah.
confused about was I think when I was reading about the Darksaber that Bo-Katan was given it. Like she didn't fight. I think Sabine Wren had it before her. I think this is in Rebels. We have to watch Rebels.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
She was given it. So like it was kind of weird to me that she didn't take it this time. I feel like Moff Gideon got in her head. Like she was the only person who had not like rightfully taken it. Like she was given it, so that she didn't want to be given it twice, and she was like insecure. Because that's got to be the only thing. Because
Yeah.
it's not like she did it before. She took it before from an ally.
Yeah, I said this in the reaction. I was like, Gideon's playing chess, and they're all playing checkers. He
Yeah.
has everything mapped out in his head. He really knows everything, and he like you said, he got into Bo-Katan's head and used her Mandalorian ways and beliefs against like their whole squad and dynamic. And who
Yep.
knows what's gonna happen in like season 2 with that.
Yeah, no, yeah, he kind of used like her ego in a way, like I want to be like I want to have earned the dark saber like against her, and just like you said, dude, he was playing chess. Dude, his face when he was on the floor, like even though he was fully in handcuffs, captured, his face, he's just smiling the whole time. Like he knows that even though he lost, like he kind of won. He had them in a place that they couldn't do anything. And I think that leads into the next thing that happened, which is the Dark Troopers coming back. I feel like he somehow subconsciously knew that there was no way like Mando defeated all of them, and that even if he
Yeah.
launched them into space, they'd be fine.
Also, we were stupid. We were like, that they're gone, and we were like, oh my god, they can fly. We totally forgot. There's no humans in them.
I don't understand why we thought that they were gods. We were like, ah, nice, they defeated them. And they were like, why would that be the end? Like that would be such an anticlimactic ending to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they came back onto the ship. And then for the third time, I thought like that was gonna be like the climax. I thought the climax was gonna be the Dark Troopers break in, and then they have like this epic like battle royale with the team, like Cara Dune, Mando. Well, Boba wasn't there. We also thought Boba was gonna return.
Yeah.
No.
We thought there was gonna be some like Age of Ultron, surrounded by all of Ultron's like all, like the Legion and stuff, and just some nice pans and them just like crushing
Yeah.
all the robots. But no, we got something else. An X-wing arrived out of nowhere, and at first we weren't really excited. We're just like, I was like, yes, Dave Filoni's pilot or something.
Yeah, you're like, oh, X-wing fighters, and then they were like one single X-wing, and then I was like, oh, maybe there's like a squad coming.
Yeah, and it zoomed in on Grogu. It zoomed in on
Yeah.
Grogu.
And then we were like, interesting. And then in my head, like something tiny clicked in my head, and I was like, but also it's just because I say this like every episode, just randomly. I was like, bro, what if it was Luke Skywalker? And then me and Jerry were both like, that'd be wild. And then, oh, when his finger comes out.
Dude, and that's when I started spewing shit.
That's what I literally was like, my heart started pounding. Because then both of us, and then it zoomed into Grogu again. And then both of us were like,
Is that Ahsoka? Is it Luke? Is it Ahsoka? Is it
Jedi.
Luke?
No matter what, like we've narrowed it down, it's a Jedi. And then yeah, Jerry, you were like, is it Ahsoka? And I was like, I think it's Ahsoka, because like they showed her in the intro. And then once there was one singular blade, that's when I think freaked the fuck out.
I think we saw a camera shot of the hooded figure, and it was him just like swinging one blade. I was like, that could still be Ahsoka because she places one blade sometimes.
Yeah.
But Peter was like, wait, hold on.
And it was like black and white too, which was so smart by them. So we had no way of knowing who it was. And I was like, wait a second, like what's happening? And
then
dude, when they showed the green blade, I think I honestly had an orgasm on screen. I had to leave. I left my chair because I was freaking out.
I was just lost for words. Oh god, I was shitting my pants,
I
dude.
was shitting bricks. And then we saw a zoom in of this very familiar hilt, and then I shit a brick, like a whole ass brick.
Oh my god, I don't think we like spoke words. We either like just yelled. Over
Oh
my god, dude! What the fuck?
Oh my god!
It was, and then he started annihilating all those Dark Troopers while walking around, dude. Not even just jumping around and just doing some Jedi acrobatic shit. It was just prime Luke Skywalker just walking around, deflecting, and just cutting their heads off.
And like using the force, dude, like force, very, very precise force pushes. You know what it reminded me of now that I think about it, though, Jerry, which is really poetic, and they definitely did it on purpose. I think they tried to mirror Vader's Rogue One scene, where he's just walking through the corridor, absolutely fucking annihilating everyone.
Because he used the force, like pulled one of them towards him and sliced him.
Dude, it was just. And then, like, towards the end, he literally just crushed one. Oh, my God. And kept his hood on the whole time. Like, that was... Oh, my God, dude. That was literally, like you said, prime Luke. And, like, that's something we've never really seen other than the Return of the Jedi battle. And, like, that was a whole different context because he's fighting Vader, so like he's kind of holding back a little bit. But
Mhm.
here it was just Prime going fucking off.
Yeah. And like the Dark Troopers, one Dark Trooper like almost killed Mando. But this was nothing. An army of Dark Troopers was nothing to Luke. I really liked how they really just showed how strong Luke was.
Yeah, and it's not even like it's just nuts. It's not even like they had him fight like one at a time. Like he was fully surrounded, or just there was like a line of like 12 of them, and he's like not even breaking a sweat using one hand, just like easy, like it's easy money.
Yeah. I thought Ahsoka was sick in Mandalorian. But Luke?
He made
Yo.
Ahsoka look like a drunk toddler.
Yeah.
Like he was. Oh my god.
Yeah. No disrespect to Ahsoka at all.
No,
We
no
still love her.
disrespect at
She's
all to Ahsoka.
unreal. She's
But like Prime, and like I think Jerry said it too, and I agree. That version, Prime Luke, Return of the Jedi, and after, is my favorite character in Star Wars. Like that is like just above Anakin before he turns. Like that nasty, just absolutely unbelievable nasty.
he's like I love Obi-Wan and Anakin, but Luke's just like right in the middle. He's just the cool factor of Luke is to the roof, like exceeding that. He's just so cool. It's just
There was
so
a
good to see
point,
him.
yeah. There was a point, like Jerry said. Yeah. Also, we just haven't seen that version in literally what 27 years,
Yes,
like
dude.
37 years.
Yeah. Last Jedi fucked up. I wanted to see like Luke again, just like being a badass that he is. But no, he was just a fucking um like
Yeah,
Yoda
old
and
hat.
Dagobah.
Yeah, and I like. Oh my god, and like it was just. That's what everybody. That's why everyone was disappointed, or most people were. And seeing this was just absolute redemption.
Yeah.
Like
And the
absolute.
fact that it was Mark Hamill with CGI, crazy. The voice was on point. We didn't even know who the actor was initially.
Yeah, yeah. We thought maybe it was like Sebastian Stan because like they look. Sebastian Stan looks a lot like young Mark Hamill, and
Mhm.
like we both had heard rumors that like he might be like doing a young Luke, but like they CGI'd his face no matter what, so it looked like just young Mark Hamill from 1983.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he took the hood off and like it's just fully Luke in his all black 19 like Return of the Jedi outfit,
The
and the voice was perfect, obviously. Oh my god, Jerry's right. There was a point where none of us said a single word. We were just kind of babbling like tiny babies.
yeah, like it brought like oh my god. It was just the fan service was off the roof. The ability for Mandalorian to give so much fan service without ruining the story is
It's
amazing. It takes it's difficult to do, like the whole to balance everything out, but they really hit season 2. They really hit the mark on this. They really topped off season 1.
yeah, and honestly, I like especially nowadays where like everything gets leaked. The fact that they kept this entire like I didn't even hear a single peep about this happening. Like not even a rumor. And they didn't hint at it at all really during the season. The only time was like when Grogu was like on the Seeing Stone. We knew he was reaching out to a Jedi, but like they didn't hint at it being Luke a single time, which is well done. Like they really like they could have like gotten some crazy reveals earlier, but they waited and sat on it till the finale, and it was perfect. It was
Yeah.
absolutely perfect.
Like coming in, I think us and most fans out there thought the climax was going to be like Bo-Katan, Ahsoka maybe, and Mando facing off against Moff Gideon like all together, and a Darksaber versus spear versus the pure Beskar spear fight and some other things, but that wasn't the climax. They really topped it off. And besides Luke, dude, we get another reveal.
Dude, another old friend returns and it's that critter, not critter, but that little dude right in the middle over there. R2 freaking D2. That was oh my god.
Yeah. And it really broke the that was like really good like comedic effect what do you call it, comedic relief, because right during that whole thing, Mando and the child were having their last like goodbyes, like Mando holding him up like this, and Grogu just like putting his hand near his helmet, and then him taking off his helmet. That was really emotional. I'm glad he took off his helmet.
Yeah, and that was like a huge moment, obviously. And I feel like they like kind of built towards it in episode 7 when he did it to like get the face scan. But like you said it too, Jerry, when Grogu's hand was by the helmet, you were like, oh, I hope he takes it off. And like the fact that he did, and like there's no loopholes there. Like fully, like 5 other, I think, living beings saw his face.
Yeah.
And like that just shows you like how much, not only how much the child means to him, and like how he sees him as a son, and like how he's like screw the traditions and like the rules. Like it's kind of like when Vader took his helmet off in Return of the Jedi, like and like even though he knew he was gonna die like faster, like he's like screw the rules. Like this is basically my son, and he wants to see my face, and he never has. Like this might be the last time I ever see him.
Oh, I didn't
Like
think of that, dude. That's a really good connection.
dude, I love that
Wow.
scene. That's why. That's like my favorite, one of my favorite scenes from Star
That's
Wars, if not my favorite.
that's Star Wars poetry right there. Like, if you don't know, Pierre and
Right.
I always like, yeah, Star Wars rhymes.
Dude, yeah, and like also I think it also shows like the growth that Mando has. Like even in episode 3 of this season, like meeting Bo-Katan and the Night Owls, and like they take off their helmets and like it's totally fine. And like Boba takes his helmet off. Like he was so stubborn about that and like being like, no, this is the way. And like now like meeting under other Mandalorians, he's like, you know what, like I kind of this doesn't have to be the way. Like I can make my own way. Like I'm a Mandalorian because I know I'm a Mandalorian. It doesn't I don't have to like be this specific, like I don't have to have this specific rule.
Mhm.
I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
Yeah, it's a good point to make how meeting other Mandalorians has really changed his character. Meeting other Mandalorians and Baby Yoda has really caused a
Yeah.
lot of growth for Din Djarin. It was emotional.
And
He was tearing up in the end.
yeah, that was a really I just honestly think that was just such a powerful scene. And they like held it there, like them looking at each other and him holding him for like 2 minutes, it felt like forever though. It was just such a like it goes back to what we said about like Mando and Grogu also being able to get so much out of a scene without dialogue. Like they didn't say a single word to each other basically, and like Grogu like cooed a couple times, but like it was just fully like you just could feel the emotion. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I teared up. Like it was just really sad, but like in a bittersweet way.
I like how Luke could sense that Grogu, how like Din was like, he doesn't want to go with you initially. And
Yeah,
Luke was like, no, he wants your permission. And that really just like that bond, you could really see the bond they had was like real. And
yeah. I don't. That's a really good point. I definitely agree with that. Also, how just like the wise aura that Luke has. Like you could tell, like he really is a master Jedi at this point. Like he's like fully trained Jedi master. Like he's so in touch with his emotions, like in the Force and like the feelings of others, and he's just like yeah, like he like knows he can feel like the connection between Grogu and Mando, and he's like no, yeah, he wants your permission was a really powerful line.
he was like, I will protect him with like my life. And Din was saying this to Grogu, all right, go on. He said we'll see each other again. He said that.
Yeah.
Some sort of
Yeah, and I just like I mean, it's sad to like kind of see this chapter, like you said before, of the Mandalorian ending. Like, but it was like the right thing to happen. It made sense with the story. Like this is the end of Grogu's journey with Mando. And like
yeah.
you know he's in great hands with Luke.
Yeah, this is only since these are chapters within the season. Like the season represents a book. So
Look.
Grogu wasn't. I think we got a really good comment in like a previous episode, like a really long, thoughtful comment. I'll probably like, have it pop up here and shout out in person. But it was like explaining how the Mandalorian is um, Baby Yoda slash Grogu is not the like driving force of this. It's the Mandalorian, and once hit Grogu's like story's done with the Mandalorian, it's gonna just keep going forward.
Yeah,
It's like
no,
season 3.
exactly. And honestly, like props to Disney because obviously like Disney's gotten a lot of criticism like forever for like doing things specifically to sell toys and like you and like it's a business, so like it makes sense. But like Grogu was an insanely huge part of the Mandalorian and like the draw to the Mandalorian, and they sell so many toys and merchandise. And like, but knowing when his story like logically ended and not milking it out like for another season was really like they made the right narrative choice, and I respect them for that.
Yeah, they have a good balance of everything. I think if it wasn't Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni directing this probably would have gone to shit. To
Yeah,
be
I
honest.
totally agree. Like, and I think they brought back George Lucas to like consult too on this, and like you could tell, like you can tell the people who make this want the best for Star Wars
Yeah,
and like
and
are real fans.
we look up to them when like creating our content too. We want to make sure we put out good content. We take the time to edit our videos, make sure it's content that you guys want to go watch, look
Yeah,
forward to.
yeah,
Oh
exactly.
man,
They just did it. They did an amazing job, and that was a fantastic ending to the episode, and a fantastic ending to the season, and a fantastic ending to the book that was Mando and Grogu. Like they
yeah,
absolutely at 10 out of 10 for me, perfect.
10 out of
Perfect.
10.
They stuck the landing. They perfectly stuck that landing.
Yeah, they just kept going. Like the episodes that came out, I thought couldn't get better and better, and this was the best episode. They just keep they really like, just exceed our expectations.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, exactly. Like the season one was fantastic, and
mhm,
everybody loved it, but they blew it out of the water, in my opinion.
mhm,
And like now, the only question is, how could they possibly top this with season three, which I'm assuming that we're getting.
yeah, but we're gonna end off with this. Shout out to Fritz K, for
Yeah,
commenting in our season 2 episode 7 reaction, giving us a heads up that there's an end credits scene for the finale. We would have known that, so thank you so
yeah.
much.
We would not have stayed for the whole credits. We would have gone straight to the review because we were really trying to avoid any detail about this. So there's no way we would have known that. So props to you for letting us know. That really meant a lot, and it really helped. So thank
Yeah.
you.
We really appreciate that. The end credits scene, it started out with the setting, with the sky and like the planet, and Peter had called it out like immediately. Tatooine. I personally didn't know it was.
Yeah, I saw the twin suns and
Yeah,
immediately I was like, oh, baby
yeah. I
Tatooine.
missed that. I was sick. Then it zoomed in on Jabba's palace, and I what happened was a figure like in the stairwell of Jabba's palace killed two Gamorrean guards, and this is exactly what happened in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, it was almost a shot for from my memory at least, it was a
Yeah.
shot for shot remake. Like first of all, the palace looked identical,
Hmm.
which was great by the set design. And then yeah, like Jerry pointed this out, which is a good catch. I didn't think of it. It was almost identical. The shadow coming down the stairs was like almost
Yeah.
identical to
And like
Return
the
of the Jedi.
killing two Gamorrean guards, I'm pretty sure that happened too. They killed one, then one ran over again, and they just both got demolished and choked
Yeah.
out by Luke. And we got what's his name? The guy with like the huge tail on his
Uh
face.
it's oh my god, dude. How did I forget?
Oh, it's Bib Fortuna.
Yeah, Bib Fortuna.
Yeah, he is thick now. He turned to
Yeah,
Jabba.
and I think that was honestly like a very good touch, like because like it makes sense. Like he now is the ruler. He just gets to sit on his ass and do nothing all day.
And how Boba just shot Bib Fortuna in the face, just like legit just rolled him out of his chair, and I guess he's taking over Jabba's palace.
Yeah, and like I guess he's kind of like yeah, I'm like who knows what's gonna happen, but we do know because it said it right after that the book of Boba Fett coming December 2021 is a thing that's happening. So like Jerry said with the chapters, I'm assuming that this is a show.
Mhm.
And we're gonna get to see more of Boba Fett, which is amazing.
Yeah. So we're getting a more Mandalorian next year, hopefully season 3, a Boba Fett show, and Ahsoka.
And Ahsoka. Is Ahsoka 2021?
Uh, I'm not sure, but we're getting it in the future, anyways.
We're
And
getting it
was
anyway. And Kenobi.
and are they gonna have like a spin-off Cara Dune show?
I don't think so,
I
but
kept seeing
maybe in the
memes about that.
future.
Yeah.
But they're gonna have a Rogue Squadron show,
Hmm.
Bad Batch show. They just Star Wars and Disney in general, also with Marvel, is just hammering out so much content
Hmm.
that like
At the
you
right
will be
time.
seeing a lot of us. Yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of us if you stay with us. Hopefully, reacting to a lot of things because there's just crazy amount of stuff.
It's just expanding the Star Wars universe even more. And we're diehard Star Wars fans, and we're just having a blast right now.
Yeah, it's a really, really great time to be a Star Wars fan right now. And if those shows that are coming out are anywhere near the quality of this, then we are in for an amazing ride.
Yeah, Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau are really just redeeming what the sequels have done to the Star Wars fans.
Yeah, I think this is exactly what we needed. Like what every Star Wars fan needed, and like it's just really nice. It's just really nice to get it.
Yeah, their backs are hurting for carrying
Yeah.
the Star Wars universe.
They're absolutely carrying this franchise on their backs, and I love it, and I thank them for it because they're incredible people. So thank you, Dave and John, and everyone else who worked on the show.
Yeah, this
Like
is
everyone,
amazing.
and just yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you for making it this far. 8 weeks, 8 episodes.
2 months.
This has been like a roller coaster of emotions, especially this episode. But we thank you for sticking it through if you've been here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Stay up to date with more content because we have more shows coming up.
Yeah, tons. 2021 is going to be a busy year, so definitely stick with us and subscribe to our Patreon if you want to see more exclusive content, have more of a say in what we watch, and see the full versions of all of these reactions and all of the reactions to come.
Yeah, we still have to catch up on uploading those on Patreon, but it'll be nice to just look back and see our reactions, you know?
Yeah, they will be there, don't you worry.
But signing off for a few weeks, we have a good amount of break from TV shows right now. I'm Jerry.
I'm Peter.
We're the Chai Guys, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.